What's going on, guys? Chad from Caldwell Painting here. Got another great video for you guys. In one of our previous videos, we compared Romabio to Loxon XP, and today we've got another comparison video. We're going to talk about Romabio versus SuperPaint. So you decided, hey, I want to paint my brick. And you're getting different quotes, and you have different painters telling you different things about what you should paint your brick with. And Loxon XP is a really popular one, and so is SuperPaint. But today we're going to talk about the differences between SuperPaint, Romabio, and which one's going to be better for your home and the application that you need. So let's start off, let's talk about SuperPaint. So SuperPaint is kind of one of Sherwin's mid to lower grade paints. It's not something that's super expensive, but it's not necessarily your sprayed down in an apartment complex type paint. It's very versatile. Now with SuperPaint is a semi-permeable paint, meaning some moisture, some air can come through it. And you're thinking, well, Chad, that's really good for my home because my home wants to breathe, it wants to wick moisture, it wants that airflow. And you'd be absolutely correct in saying that. But even though it's semi-permeable, it's still a latex style paint, okay? So imagine this. Imagine hot summer day, you put on latex gloves on your hand. You walk around, what's gonna happen? Your hand's gonna get really sweaty, it's gonna get really hot. And this does the exact same thing to your house. Even though it's semi-permeable, it's still not gonna breathe and wick the moisture like the brick naturally would. And that's really what we're looking for when we're painting brick, is something that's going to be more natural, it's going to let the house breathe, that's going to wick that moisture. Now, SuperPaint, it does come in a ton of colors, which is one thing that's very beneficial of it. Very easy to get the colors that you need in it. However, it just doesn't have that same performance that Romabio does. Now, is it going to bond to the brick? Yes, absolutely. And if you got a good paint job with it, it'll last you 10 years, if done properly, right? And that's always a big thing, right? Prep is king when it comes to painting and ensuring that you're putting it on correctly. So could it be a good option for your house? It could be, but more times than not, it's not going to be. So when do we want to use a latex style paint? So let's say we're having some issue with moisture seepage. Let's say the part of the brick is leaking, something of that nature. Then you might want to go to a latex style paint for your home, but I still wouldn't suggest SuperPaint. I would suggest an elastomeric paint, something more like Loxon XP. It's gonna be non-permeable, so that water seepage that you're having that's coming into the house, through the brick, whatever may be coming through, that Loxon XP is gonna block that, but with SuperPaint being semi-permeable, you could still have some issues there. So that's about the only time I would suggest using a latex style paint. On the other hand, we do have the Romabio. Now, Romabio is a special type of paint. It is a mineral paint. It's made of crushed limestone. Very natural material. It's been used for ages. All of those old England homes that you see that have like the white and you can still see some of the brick through it, it's a similar style paint. It's been used for years and years and years. So Romabio, what makes it special is, like I said, it's a crushed limestone, so it actually absorbs into the brick to change the color rather than coating it. So you'll notice with SuperPaint or even the Loxon XP like we talked about in the previous video, you'll notice kind of a shine to it. You'll notice it looks kind of plasticky when it gets put on your house. You're not going to get that with a Romabio. It's going to look natural. You're still going to be able to see the details of that brick much more so than coating it with latex style paint. Also, when it comes to the house breathing, wicking moisture, Romabio has no equal. It is everything you need. It's going to allow that house to breathe. It's going to allow the moisture to come in and out, exactly what we're looking for in our brick. And then the longevity of it. All right, what it does is it calcifies, so it hardens after you put it on, and as weather and things like that does, it will patina slightly. It'll give it just a slightly darker look generally, but it's gonna last you a lot longer. You're gonna get 20 to 25 years out of the Romabio versus the 10 years out of the SuperPaint. And that's just because of the nature of the paint, right? It's not a coating, it's soaking in, it's changing that color. So when it comes to painting brick, we always suggest Romabio if it's raw brick. Now, if the brick's already painted, go ahead and paint it with a latex paint again. Could you do the Romabio on top of it? Sure, they make a primer, a micro grit primer, that you can do and then put the Romabio on top, but you're losing those benefits because you already have a layer of latex under there that's blocking things. So if your house is already painted with latex, sure, go with the SuperPaint. Still probably go with the Loxon XP. It's going to be a little bit better for the house. But if the brick is not painted, if you got raw brick, always lean into Romabio. It's going to give you a more natural look. It's going to give you a warmer look to the house. It's not going to look as fake, as plasticky, as shiny, and that's really what everybody's looking for, right? They're just looking for essentially white bricks, right? They want to be able to see the details of the brick. That's why they have a brick home. They want the details of the brick without the shiny filling in, because what the latex will do is some of those grout lines and stuff will start to disappear. Some of the fine details in the brick, they're going to start to disappear because you're just putting coat after coat after coat on it. Now, one thing with the Romabio, I will say, it is difficult to touch up because when it calcifies, it does darken a little bit. And as it rains, as the weather hits it, it starts to patina, right? Because it's a natural material, just like the brick, just like any other natural material that's used around your house. It patinas a little bit over time. So touching it up can be extremely tricky because of that calcification process. But overall, still going to be the best option for your house. So if you're looking to get your brick painted, make sure you do your research first. Make sure you go through your house and make sure, hey, do I have any leaks? Is the elastomeric Loxon XP something I need? Is something seeping into my house? And even if that's happening, guys, get a contractor out there to take a look at it, because moisture in a home, never good. It is the death of a home. And then decide, do a little bit of research, decide, hey, how do I want this to look? Do I want it to look more natural? Do I kind of want that shiny look to it? That'll help you really decide what's going to be the best option for you. But for most cases, Romabio is going to be the best brick paint that you can get. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in today. I hope this helps you if you're deciding how to paint your brick. Make sure you hit that follow button and make sure you like this video. We'll see you guys next time.